I want to start out by thanking our partners with Lincoln Fire and Rescue, Nebraska State Patrol, University of Nebraska Police Department, Lancaster County Sheriff's Office, Lancaster County Emergency Management, Lincoln Track Club, and Pink Gorilla. LPD's top priority is safety and concern for our security of our racers, volunteers, spectators, and the community as a whole. Please be vigilant and contact an officer if you see something suspicious. Our officers will be working at the start and finish lines along the course to manage traffic and monitor crowds. The Nebraska State Patrol's aviation unit will also be assisting our officers. We ask that everybody familiarize yourself with the race map and choose an alternate route on Sunday morning to get to your destination on time. The goal will be to get intersections reopened as quickly as possible to avoid lengthy delays. We will post about intersection reopenings on our Twitter, on X, formerly Twitter. So we ask that you follow @Lincoln Police for updates that our PIO Erica will be giving out on Sunday morning throughout the race. We are working closely with our partners to make sure everything runs smoothly, and they will help facilitate any adjustments we have with weather events or other issues. This is a great event for the city of Lincoln, a fun family event, and an opportunity to showcase Lincoln. At this time, I'd like to introduce Lincoln Fire and Rescue Battalion Chief Eddie Mueller.
Good morning, everybody. Like Captain Woolman said, the message that we want to portray today for Lincoln Fire and Rescue is just to have some patience. Through the planning stages that we've had through the last few months, we have several aid stations set up for runners and anybody else who's having a medical emergency. Not to say that calling 911 is the optimal first that we want people to do if they come across an emergency. But just have patience. The roads are altered a little bit. We'll have apparatus responding from different locations other than their stations as we have upstaffed the city. So with that, that's the main message we want to just is on the roadway, just have some patience and please move over if you see lights and sirens so that we can get the emergency services to where they need to be. Thank you. At this time, Shane Dawson.
Good morning. I'm Shane Dost with Lincoln Transportation Utilities, everybody's favorite person on race day. So start with, there's going to be several streets that will be closed along the race route starting Saturday, May 4th, and then Sunday again, May 5th for the actual race. There's like, Track Club will say there's like probably around 5,000-6,000 runners that'll be running. Along the route, there will also be some streets that are posted no parking starting probably at 3 a.m. Sunday morning, so people won't be able to park near their homes. They'll either have to park in their driveway or on a side street close to their property so that the runners can run on that. And LPD will be out enforcing that Sunday morning sometime between 3 and 4 a.m. to get vehicles off the street. Once again, public's advised to, like Captain Woolman said, to plan ahead. If you're going to church or something inside that, what we call the infamous donut, Sheridan Boulevard area, Nebraska Parkway, 16th Street, South Street, and 10th Street. That'll kind of be closed from approximately 5:36 on Sunday morning till some of the streets will be opening up around 8 a.m. Some of them will open up as late as probably 10:30, 11 along the route. There will be throughout the week this week some dynamic message boards being put up along the route to inform drivers of which streets will be closed in an approximate time of those closures. One other thing, I guess, Saturday morning, the mayor's kids run occurs around the state capitol. So from approximately 7 a.m. to about 10:30 a.m., the streets around the capitol will be closed for that. We put all of our street closures as far as the marathon route goes at lincoln.ne.gov/closures. So we encourage people to go to that and use the Waze app. If you go to the street closures, you'll have to look at Saturday and Sunday's time frame on the street closure map so you know which streets are closed during those times. And then let's see. And lastly, I guess we're just kind of asking the public, you know, to kind of respect the runners. You know, they've been training for several months to run this race. They're running it for personal time and things like that, so respect the runners and just be courteous as you're driving around that morning. So with that, we'll turn it over to the Lincoln Track Club.
Okay, I'm Ryan Renier with the Lincoln Track Club, and I also have Ben Cahoon here with Pink Gorilla Events. I'm the race director, and Ben is our operational director for the event. I would also like to start by thanking the City of Lincoln, the LPD, Fire and Rescue, University of Nebraska, and then the thousands of volunteers that it takes to put our event on. I certainly couldn't do it without the help of so many wonderful people. So this is our 47th year of the Lincoln Marathon. You might recall this is also closely affiliated with the National Guard. This year, though, it is not the National Guard Teen Trials. We do that every other year. So this year, the National Guard will be competing for a special traveling trophy that is really a cross-state competition. So the fastest state will win that traveling trophy. That's new for this year. We're kind of excited about that. As far as numbers, I think Shane kind of alluded to this, but we're almost at 6,000 runners. We've got about 1,100 runners in the full marathon, and then almost 4,800 in the half marathon this year. A couple of things that I'm particularly excited about and I would ask people to look out for. Our champion from last year will be back again this year. He set a new course record as a 45-year-old. So showing some of those old guys that you can still get out there and run fast. So he's planning to be back, so we'll see if we have another course record set. And then there's a couple of stories that I'm excited to see. A couple of athletes that are what we call like a duo team. So they're a runner and then a wheelchair athlete. So in one case, we have a mother and her daughter who 17 years ago, when she was pregnant with her daughter, ran our event, and this is the first time she's coming back with her daughter being pushed in a wheelchair. And then we have another story very similar to that, where there's a young lady, I think she's 10 years old, who does not have the use of her legs. And last year, as a 9-year-old, she pushed herself through the entire half marathon course. So her and her mom will be participating again this year. So I'm excited to see them, excited to see really all of our runners. But the one thing that's really on our mind this week is the weather. I think I'm gonna have Ben kind of talk about what we're doing to keep runners safe in case we have some bad weather.
Yeah, so obviously we're looking at the weather, and right now the weather is looking like a great day to run a half or a full marathon. So we use a national standard called the Event Alert System at the Lincoln Marathon, and it's based upon these flag systems. So throughout the course at all the water stations, we will have these flags that go up, and right now we're looking at a low category, which means it's good conditions, you know, free to run however you want. But if something does pop up, right now we look at both temperature and then other types of severe storms, so any threat. So in the Event Command Center, we do have the Lancaster Emergency Management, they're monitoring the weather, but right now, so the temperature wise on the wet below bulb temperature is in the green all day long, which is great for running. So we won't have to, we're hoping that will continue. And also it doesn't look like right now that there's any severe weather on the horizon. Obviously we're in Nebraska and that could change, but we look at this and we use this system, and then we coordinate with volunteers, runners, through different messages. So we are, I guess, paying attention and ready to act if necessary. But hopefully we will continue to cross our fingers and it will be a great day to run.